All pay heed and do homage to their most stellar majesties, Kieran and Ellis, King and Queen of Northshield. Here opens the court of Northshield.
Good evening, all. We meet together tonight at a moment of stellar significance in keeping with the tradition of our ancestors. For in all oral societies, great importance was assigned to the movement of the stars and planets to track the time and remember when events took place. The poetry and the timing of this event and ceremony refer to celestial events as they would have been observed by the Viking Age Norse. We sit and rest here a few days before the sun will take her longest rest during the solstice in the constellation of Sagittarius, here called Heimdall's Hall. Overhead, in a cycle of 20 years, takes place the great conjunction of Jupiter, in this regard named Thor, and Saturn, here called the Great Star. The last time this occurred was in the reign of Prince Galen and Princess Kalinda, and the last time it occurred at the exact place in the sky, in the constellation of Capricorn, here called the Holy Brunner, as it is tonight, was in the year 1226, during the reign of Håkon Håkonsson, King of Norway. Now, heed the words of the herald.
Sit in health shieldings and warm yourselves by the hall's hearths, for in the west the sun has set and the long night has begun as she halts in Heimdall's Salar. And there met fast that mighty star Thor with his hammer Mjolnir and the great star. This sight that the Thor has not seen since the days that Galen and Kalinda ruled these lands for Dagr Thorgrimsson of the Midrealm and Elena his drottning. But the year when last met these stars at this bank of the heaven's holy brunn, Håkon Håkonssonr was ruling in Norway and Sigurd Rubenthr died.
Galari, our hall is full, but yet we need our drinking companions. Call them forth and open our court.
Drottning Larwitha, come here, come, gildy of laurels, as opens the court of Kieran Kuninger and Elis Drottning.
Punish me from their homes if I speak untrue.
I see.
Tatas tu, Eyja?
Ja, drottning.
Your fostra spoke well of you at a Tuimanas thing, and her fostry has spoken well of you this night.
Eyja, those who are considered good resemble each other much. Of our Drottmen, we look for much good, skill and knowledge, teaching and generosity, wisdom and faithfulness.
But to join the Larwig the Gildi, the Guild of Laurels, the custom is to work a setaraith, an oath of 6. Owen has served the first of these 6. Who shall be counted as Anar, the second?
Ek heit Yehuda Elteber ben Yitzhak, och ek skal Sverige dur eith Eyja Bassadóttir. I, Yehuda ben Yitzhak, companion of the rose, now undertake with solemnity and dignity to tell you of Eyja Bassadóttir's qualities of inspiration. Let us begin thus. Have you ever seen her when she is excited about something? Even if you are not yourself interested in the subject that has caught her interest at the moment, how can you fail to be inspired by the sheer exuberance that emanates from her like the warmth of sunshine in the clear blue sky of a winter's day? With this exuberance comes a deep knowledge of the subject that has caught her attention. This knowledge she will gladly and freely share, not just the knowledge itself, but how she pursued it, so that anyone who is interested might chase the same leads on their own, as well as absorb what she shares. Not for her the mindset of, I worked to learn this, now they must come to me, nor even more generous philosophy of, I went down that rabbit hole so others don't have to. No, she wants you to follow her down the rabbit hole, and will happily leave you a trail you can't possibly miss. As if these things were not enough, there is also her ability to inspire with her words and her voice, and in multiple languages. Eyja knows how to evoke the emotions she desires in her audience, and deftly deploys this knowledge. Her work has been heard in the circles of skalds and in the halls where heralds speak the ceremonies of our people. As one whose own words have sometimes weighed on the councils of kings and queens, I know the worth of such wise wordsmithing. It is well known that I am chary of swearing oaths. I will take no oath that I might, even by accident, be found to be false upon. Before these witnesses, I swear that Eyja Bassadóttir is my peer, and advise you that to recognize her as such is a right and proper thing.
Who speaks 30? The third.
Ek heit Roder Torsen, ak ek skal Sverige dul eith Eyja Bassadóttir. I come to speak as a warrior. Eyja's words can cut like any good warrior's blade. It twists and turns and you will not see it, but then it strikes you to the heart and makes you weak and you fall upon the ground. Her skill is such with her wordsmith that she weaves amongst the stories, truth and honor, till you bleed tears and you weep with the truth that she can speak. I know she will be a good peer of this realm because she can play the heartstrings with her words and songs and deeds, and her skill will ever be fierce in defending it, as will her oaths. Thank you.
Fourthly, the fourth.
Ek heit Sefa Farmansdóttir, och ek skal svära dyr och eith Eyja Bassadóttir. So I come as a pelican, and I think on service. And when I think of Eyja and her service, I think of her love of language and words and her enthusiasm in sharing that knowledge with others. When I asked for help finding an Old Norse name, she came over after doing a bit of research and was so excited to go through all of the ideas she had that we didn't even manage to sit down. We were just standing there in the hallway. And finally, we come across one that almost made us fall over laughing because it fit so well. She explained how to fit different parts of the name together to make the correct meaning and share the exact ideas that I wanted. She spent weeks researching etymology and cultural customs to come up with my pelican ceremony. Coming up with which word should we use here? Which word do we use there? Perfected it. Awesome, period version of the ceremony. To which I replied, is it possible to change these phrasings so that some people don't have to say the word oath because it's not part of their beliefs? And down we go the rabbit hole. Let's see, what else can we do? And finding a way to solve this particular puzzle so that everyone can comfortably participate in the ceremony. And she is always so interested in sharing how she gets there and how to put others at ease. And then, of course, she sends along the 5-page pronunciation documentation and a 2-minute recording of all of the different ways that you can pronounce things and how to fix it if you can't actually roll your R's. She comes up with puzzles for kennings, posts them for others to take part in the fun of deciphering what it is she meant with these complex word twisters. She'll dive into cultural and environmental factors to figure out when did certain color words get introduced into a language, and then she'll explain in great detail and with all of the resources that you need to figure it out yourself exactly why certain colors would be introduced into a new language in a different order because of the environment in which the language was being developed. And so when Eyja shares her research about language, and she shares not just her knowledge, but the understanding that the words that she's using matter, and that how these words are used and what they say matters. And that is an incredible service to our society. And she is my peer.
S50, the 5th.
I am Edward of Kent, and I shall swear a solemn oath about Eyja Bassadóttir. As a master of defense, I know what I'm supposed to speak about. Yet I want to speak about courage. Not the courage that takes to join the field or to wield the sword. We've already heard those words. I want to speak about the courage to share our art, to share the things that we know, to be a leader, to be inspiring, to be all of those things rolled into one. I watched Eyja stand in front of a warriors and warlords court, no small task, and read a book that she had written for a baron's benefit. I have many, many fond memories of my time in Nordskogen. Some of them are related. She spent time as our bardic champion when we were baron and baroness. I can't tell you of all the times that I watched her lead groups, lead folks, take them to the next level. Courage, that takes courage. To pull people forward, to bring them up, to get them to sing, to use their voices, to use their hearts. It was an amazing time. She is an amazing person, and she will serve you well. However, I did want to mention one other book that was written at one time for another baron. I hope you all can see this. Your Majesties, she will indeed serve you well, as she is my peer.
Oxeti, the 6th.
I am Eyja Inyan Ui Versht, and I shall swear a solemn oath about Eyja Bassadóttir. As the discs of the sky align, I speak in praise of Eyja Bassadóttir. As the North Star guides the navigator, so shepherds Eyja aspiring skalds. She is a shining example for word shapers of satisfaction in striving for historical accuracy. A seeker of captured knowledge, Eyja shares her scholarship with all. Her passion she imparts to the people through tune, tale, and triumph. A woman of skills is Eyja. Eyja is a laurel. On behalf of the populace of Northshield, her worthiness I convey.
Laurel, what say you about the Seterathi?
The oath of the six has been heard. It is good, it is lawful, the custom is complete.
Then wish we that you be counted among the drought. If you will it, Eyja, come here and speak.
I will need the bowl. Mother, come bring me the axe of Northshield.
This is for you.
Mother, you've brought me the axe shining bright. Hear my words. Ek heit Eyja dochter Bassa Bassadóttir och Eysu Eyjasdóttir och frænka sand Eyjar I fróta konung och dukans gæþings. Ek fostra dóttir Ólöf Rásdóttir Owen Alun fostra því. Siglin Sigur fostra því hann. Och Ingismón hafði læra mig was fostra sunur scaled werar hinar windrithu Morgana sagna kona fostra því. En fyrstur kennandi mín was wetar lithi hin kristni. Ek leið rúnar og skaldskap. Ek hafði faha rúnar fjörfólk I Northshieldi og Afalmarku og kennek síðu sagna og hymna. Nú, hörið mig, skjaldungar. Engir þegnar muna lasta mig en þar skala segja ek dig og treg og trú. En ef skildi ek veðfalli, en muna vera wag svavíða hvar sem sóluskín skildar blikja, magu móður kalar og menn eldar kinda. Aldrei skal mina ek til risnu, réttinda og gætsku. Rath mínt skal ek gefa ykkur og arfum ykkar svinliga og ek skal drepa huldu landardal og skal leifar vissa lífs. Ek skal þjóna I alogum. Ek skal ljósa veg. Wait that trúa mín ek hafði winna.
We have heard you, Eyja.
Now hear our oath to you.
As you have given gifts to the shieldings, we shall give gifts to you. We shall listen to your counsel among our truth.
And if you are summoned to the law court, we, our heirs and men, shall be oath helpers in your need.
My sword shall slice your enemies.
Shelter shall be my shield for you, for bare is a brotherless back.
And may that blade pierce me that which I draw if I lie, and may it sing only around my own head.
May my shield shatter if I lie, and men drive me off. So swear we.
Tire, Hungyang.
Alice, drottning. We bid you to wear these medallions.
This was worn by all the Drot before you.
These are the names of the folk before you: Lucia, Bruno, and myself, Thomas and Isabella, Vladimir, Samia, Osni, and before them, Hrodwin and Tostin, Anetja and Sven, Cristoforo to Fen and Cordon, Katerina and Crispin, afore them Frederick, Guinevere, Elizabeth and Hrother. Earlier was Eldred, Cudrun and Peter, Sophonisba, Eva, Gutorm and Guinevere. But before them, Bartel and Bayard, Petronella, Orla, Juliana and Nicolo, and afore came Margaret and Edwin, Toshikagi and Ivan, Simon and Elian and Ingus, Myrid, Farissa and Eithne, and before them came Kevin, Kenu and Kenyuk and Giovanna. But it was Danner who carved the stellar thrones, first of the Northshield laurels in the days of the kingdom.
Receive also the medallion that was worn by all in the draught before you in Nordskogen.
Elif, can you help put it on me?
These are the names of the laurels before you in the snowlands of Nordskogen, stretching back to the days of the mid-realm kings. From the neck of Lucia and Catriona, Thomas, Vladimir, and Samia, Tostin, Cristoforo, and Crispin, Frederick, Peter, and Guinevere, Petronella, Nicolo, Margaret and Edwin, Simon, Ingus, and Myrid, Kinu and Kenyuk, Giovanna, Danner, first from the stellar thrones. And from when these lands were guarded by the dragon, Richard and Gwenora, Etienne, Owen, and Layla, Elizabeth, Rothgar, and myself, Kira, Aramanthra, and John, Angeli, Cadwallon, and Solveig, Rosenor, Margaret of Shaftesbury, Allison, Ellie, and Ruth of the far north, first of our order in these lands under the lodestar.
When another is bound to the guildkin, give these to them, from the old to the new, until the end of days. Now we give to you, in sight of all, this cloak.
This medallion, a personal artifact to hold your cloak, made by the hands of Master Danner and Master Sven.
Susan, you put it on me.
Take this chest from us as well, for it is made by the skilled hand of Master Peter Joyner to help you hold your pledge.
The text reads, Thasat kyrf solu I sali tosks gullins, reith aleith runa retan fyrir ver. Stund ein I bruns strandu I stadu vindle her thessa hlov, sine helgum under vivi var eis argum forsi, a veli vedrums. Jos alles drottning, ved sit hef beglagar, och sa kjaren koninger, kiser hirsluna fyrir, kringt big bruns larvidum. Per fet a kerfletter, bar jonar reist runar, runst der badi Eyja. When sun lulled in long hall long owned by Tooth Golden, red Faneguard Road, meeting rare, just trusted crony. On water's edge, waited at wind shelter's hidden hearing's root lair, holy and high, where fair fallings torrents rend such roily rivers from pledge of Weathright. Own pledge sea grain provides, poured out by Queen Ellis. Kieran King has chosen keeping for Mear's barley, ringed round by laurels. Runes fight joiner fashioned, barf was seen on chest braided, but runeous looned drafted.
Drink in health. Onan, leader of the Droat. And Eyja, drink as well as Gildest Kona.
Stand in health, Eyja Íþróttakona of the Larvithagildi. For Eyja, skull.
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 Skull. Okay.
This ceremony was a labor of love, scholarship, and nerdery. We thank all who contributed time and resources to this endeavor. Catriona Mestari for her garb-making team, the Honorable Lady Christiana, our silent herald, Master Peter Joyner and the Honorable Lady Marketa Barfusin, who designed and made the chest, the Crown's technical team, Lady Runa for the video work, Master Owen and Mistress Samia for keeping us on track, and all of you for coming. There being no further business, this ethereal court of Northshield is now closed. Raise your glass. Long live the king.
Long live the king.
Long live the king.
Long live the queen.
Long live the
Long
queen.
Live the queen.
Long live the social media officers.
Long live.
Long
Long
live
live the
the
social media officers.
Long live Northshield.
Long live.
Long live
Northshield.
Northshield.